Hello. We are here again to play Deadlock. Didn't love it the first time. We're gonna try it again. I sent an invite to a friend. Looks like he's currently in game. Latest patch notes. Don't care. Empty party. You're the only person in your party. Invite some friends to play together or leave yourself to play by yourself. Invited to party. Invite sent. Who knows how long these games can last? I might just leave the party and play a game. Private bot match or Deadlock. Recommended heroes. Were all these guys recommended last time? I like damage over time. Try that turret lady.
Okay, let's enter the queue.
I've picked a couple different characters. What's going on here? That's the one. Whip dip dippity do. What else we got here? I mean, aside from the novelty of being part of a Valve early access, which is cool, that will never get me excited. This, I gotta say, this doesn't feel like a Valve game. This feels like I'm gonna be real mean here. This is gonna sound real mean. It feels like a college project, like some kid said, "Hey, let's make like League of Legends, but it's like a first-person shooter. Oh, we can't use that map, so what if we just have like 4 lanes? They all just go straight, and there's like a boss monster, and then you kill it, and you go further, and then you kill another one, and then you go further, and it's over. Game over." That's what this is. It's just like, who came up with this? It's not a clever idea. It feels like it's 5 years too late, 4 years too late, 3 years too late. I don't know. I just feel like this whole thing is stupid. We're looking at Defense of the Ancients. This is a game that was a mod for Warcraft 3. So we're talking early 2000s. This is not like new gameplay other than making it first person, which just makes it. I don't know. It's like playing chess in first person. Yeah, you could do that. Get a new view of the board down there. mixing it up with the pawns and the bishops, but it doesn't really change anything. I feel like all of the gameplay criticisms I have surrounding League of Legends and Dota are going to just carry straight over into this game. One of the biggest complaints being that when you're playing a 5v5 game, one person's impact is not shouldn't be make it or break it. But the matching system that League of Legends has ensures that you're always perfectly placed with two perfectly well teams, and if you don't play perfectly, you've lost. We're gonna queue up again. We just did this. We kicked out of the queue. Yeah, it looks like they're doing daily builds here. Yeah, this was put out this morning at 7:53. So yeah, they're really developing this thing. It's pretty cool. I'm just afraid that what they're going to come up with is like it's like we made Squid Games. Whoa, look at us! But it's in first person. Oops. And I think I'd like this better if it was in first person, but it's in third person. And I don't know if that's for any other reason than to just make it more different, you know? Like they don't want to invite Overwatch comparisons, so it's like maybe let's do third person. That could be why. It could be ostensibly to give you a better view of the battlefield, but it doesn't really do much of that. You can still only see what's like directly in front of you. Oh shit. Oof, excuse me. Oh, is this New York? Alt. I don't know what these do. Afterburn. Cool. Spew napalm. This game is not doing it for me right now. I would probably just turn your mouth off. How about ears? Stop listening. I don't think I will. Good suggestion, though. I'd take it into advisement, but I decline your suggestion. This game just feels like let's just mash up League of Legends with Gears of War. I don't know. Terrible game. Terrible. Let's hear your take. What do you think so far? Is it a laggy mess for you too? I've got like 3 seconds of lag here. You're kind of an asshole. Do you realize that? I'm finding this like completely uncontrollable. That's a bad take, though. Your character should continue to move for about 15 seconds after you take your hands off the keyboard. Oh, not our purple guardian. Oh, left alt. This game sucks. Oh, I'm going to abandon all my friends. I'm going to abandon this game. This game is not good, and I'm just going to be real. That guy kind of pissed me off a little bit, so I don't like it. The aiming is fine. The character movement is like rubber banded. I'm going to forum feedbacks. I forget it. What are you doing here? Get off my screen. Let's goo goo it. I can't imagine the reception to this game is very positive at all. What do I think? I think they let it out of early access too early. It wasn't going to stay a secret. They must have had stuff that they just really needed to test. But frankly, do you want to know what I think? I think I wouldn't be surprised if this game disappears and we never hear from it again after this early access is over. I think this game sucks. I'm calling it here. Deadlock sucks. It carried over all the things I hate of League of Legends and Dota. The items, the item combinations, which are just abstract. Like you don't know these things. You just get programmed. The game teaches you which buttons to push. They mean nothing. Is it a potion? Is it a this? Is it a that? Is it a sort of whatever? It's like no, you just got to do it. You got to do it this way because that's the character you spec for. Because that's the character you picked. Because that's the most optimal way to play the character. It sucks. All that is coming into this game too. It's coming straight over. From the way it like doles out your abilities based on your level. It sucks. This is nothing to get excited for unless you are so into Dota and League that you don't mind playing a generic vanilla ripoff. Whose really only claim to fame that I can see from this game is that it's in third person. Like when you're selling this, when somebody's pitching this game to me, they say, "Oh, it's like Dota, it's like League of Legends, same rules." And I say, "Well, what are you bringing to the table here?" And they're going to say a diverse cast of whatever. Every game's going to have a diverse cast of characters. Right? That's fine. Third person camera. That's it. That's what's new in this. And you know what's going to happen is they're seeing the League bucks. They're seeing the Fortnite bucks. And Valve saying we need that. Team Fortress 2 is dying. Let's put out a new one. This will be our new Team Fortress 2. This will be our new moneymaker. We'll sell battle passes. And we'll fill it with all sorts of Valve characters and uh, everybody that they uh, want any developer that wants to endear themselves to Valve by uh, virtue of being part of their marketplace is going to say, sure, use my character. You want Super Meat Boy in Deadlocked? You'll probably see Super Meat Boy in Deadlocked. They're going to try to do the Fortnite thing. It's a cash grab, is what I'm saying. This screams cash grab in my face, as loud as it possibly can scream. It's blowing my hair back. Cash grab is what this is. They're looking at League of Legends and they're saying, look at all the money they're making. Let's do exactly that I don't know, maybe make it third person. Why does Overwatch suck? You can't see your own character. Let's make it third person. You can see your dumb dipshit looking asshole. I just think the character designs all suck. Why do they have they can't ever pick a theme for these games? The theme is everything. League of Legends is you've got like Satan, you've got a magic cat on a carpet, you have like a robot dog driving a suit of armor or something. You have a fantasy dragon. It's all over the place. In this game too, it's like what are the rules for this world? Like let's can we pin down the rules for this world? Like let's examine what's happening. We have robots, we have all sorts of like non-humans. Are any of these people human? Like what galaxy, what universe are we living in? They're saying we're living in New York, but I don't know what any of these species are. There's little candle heads running around. What is happening in here? Like pick just a theme, man. Like make a story and build around it. This is just like a mishmash of everything. It takes place in New York. You have like samurai cats shooting ghost hunter missiles. You have like techno, like it's weird. It just feels like characters like this could just be you have like a design a character contest, and the requirements are must have two arms and two legs and a head. And so people come up, oh, this one's a medieval knight. Well, this one's like a British Bobby. Oh, this one's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde Frankenstein. Like it doesn't. Why? This is a cat person. Like you can just say, oh, it's rebel miners in space, and have like different factions of rebel miners, or maybe you could even have a couple different like aliens, like Morlocks living under the planet's surface or something that jive with the theme that you got going there. This is like there are like skyhooks from BioShock. I mean, it's just like they just stole directly from all these other games. It sucks. It's not fun, and I don't believe it's my computer. I'm about to Google it and see if anybody else has this awful problem. Sluggish, delayed. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Let's see what the discussions say. I forgot I'm on Steam. Let's check our Steam forums. Is there LGBTQIA representation in this game? Yeah, they're called Valve fans. Why does every fetish need a representation? Why am I responding to this? This pisses me off. What? Hilarious. That's funny. That's an absolute gem. Is there lesbian, gay representation in the game? And it's received 6 awards for being absolutely a hilarious question to ask. Deadlock impressions. People won't say review because it's an alpha. Let's see. I'll put it up tomorrow. I think that'd be a great video to make. Take down a Valve game. I never thought I'd do it. This game is insane. It's Overwatch meets Dota. A 6v6 four lane first person MOBA. When you're adding a lane, the lanes in Dota are like balanced with each other. They have certain ways of interacting, right? There's certain times and certain places where your neighboring lane will spill over into yours and vice versa. I just don't see why adding a fourth lane because you're adding an extra player, I guess. I don't know. I just don't think it's fun. Shame on me, I guess. Let's hear what this guy has to say. Yeah, and that's fine. That doesn't bother me. Even like these candle guys, I would hope these guys get changed because they look stupid and they don't make sense, and that's fine. That looks like something that they probably bought off of, the Unity store or whatever the hell. That's fine. The game could change. I realize the game could change 110 degrees. Aside from the characters, I don't expect the characters to change this much because they've got backstories, they've got names, they got personalities. The characters I expect to stay. There are a few changes I would make with these characters. There are a number of changes I would make with these characters, but I don't expect to see them really change, except for maybe some of them might have some like generic, like this lady's hair can't be real. That's just too stupid. Um, yeah, they'll polish them up for without a doubt, but I think that the core concepts of the characters will stay the same. Uh, the maps could be anything. I mean, you could absolutely make this a castle, just by reskinning it, retexturing it. So I have no disdain for the appearance of the game. Let me see. Deadlock lag. Yeah, and I could try it without streaming. I mean, see if that improves the performance. I don't think it'll improve the fun. The first time I played it, I had a little bit. I actually thought it was an intentional movement choice. The lag seemed to grow as I was playing. At first, it was just a little bit. I thought the characters were moving with momentum, which is kind of neat. Like they'd go a few extra feet after I stopped moving. So like I could still roll with it, and the shooting aiming didn't have any problems. Um, let's see, deadlock, movement lag, shooting is fine. Like that's just stuff straight out of Valorant. Oh, that is Valorant. Okay. Took me a minute to realize I wasn't looking at deadlock. Man, I fucking agree. Hmm. Let's see if anybody else is having these problems here. Let's go to discussions. Let's search lag. How is there not? Are we saying latency now? VSync, like fast latency. Don't use VSync. Or use NVIDIA control panel to limit your frame rate. Open NVIDIA control panel. Oh, I don't have NVIDIA control panel because I'm on a stupid AMD. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I don't want to Google it. Game isn't even mid. Last hitting has no place. I'm giving this guy an award in a game like this, and neither does the complex shop system. I will never understand why Valve would make a third-person MOBA game when they already have Dota 2. Chester? No, I don't think so. Now, after reading his first sentence, I've given him 3 awards. Let's read the rest of the sentences. Something tells me I will agree. Game isn't even mid. Last hitting has no place in a game like this. Never understand why they would make a third person MOBA when they already have Dota 2. I just think they're bad at monetizing it. Like League of Legends, like they work hard on that. Fortnite, they work hard on that. Team Fortress, I just feel like they're kind of lazy. Like it's their heart's not in it. They like to make games at Valve. They don't like to cash grab and scummy suck. You know what I mean? It's just not what they do. I feel like whoever's idea this was. He says, I don't know who this game is for currently. Infinite ways to make this game not only more approachable, but more balanced. I agree. Simplify it. Get rid of the fucking shop system. And the whole like choose which ability to unlock first and stuff like that. Like, god damn it, just let me fucking play the game. And then now it's even worse when it's a MOBA, when it's a full screen MOBA, and you're all menus. Going into menus isn't bad. When I'm in a first person shooter, I don't want to be like alt clicking number 4, go into the shop menu, hit B to open shop menu. Like I want to be shooting things. It's two stupid things. It's like here's a game where you're a samurai air traffic controller. That's what this is. This game is samurai air traffic control. I don't know who this game is for currently. Infinite ways to make it more approachable, more balanced. Remove last hitting from the game. It's an arbitrary mechanic that pretends to add depth when all it does is alienate audiences. I agree. It's just like it's a layer of like now let's make it like perfection. Show us that you can be perfect. Last hit every enemy, and if you can do that, you'll be the best. It's stupid. Why? It's again, it's arbitrary. Like those 3 bouncing jungle creeps I bumped into when I walked into a building. It's like, who are these guys? Like, I had to stop and look at them. Like, wait, okay, I'm gonna shoot these things. They're just weird, like alien ball guys with legs and noses bouncing up and down. I have no context. It's all arbitrary. It's all arbitrary and stupid. There's a giant statue with a UFO head. There's candlehead people running around. There's a grandma with a shotgun. Frankenstein's here, everybody. Hellboy's wearing a suit. The shop system should be simplified to something more akin to Paladins. I have not played Paladins. Awesome Knots, where it's a selection between damage, spirit, vitality, and utility. It should be very quick. Like you should go up and just like hit a button and walk out. The shop system should be simplified to something more akin to Paladins. Awesome Knots, where it's selection, blah, blah, blah. A smaller pool, but ones you can choose throughout the game, which helps distinguish certain specialty you want. Right. And then as soon as I saw like this item helps build into this item, it's like, oh God, we're doing this now. Like, let's add crafting to this. That's something that you typically would strip away. That's one of those mechanics that would usually hit the wood chipper at the end of the first game and not show up for the sequel because it's stupid. Just simplify the items. Let me just buy the items. You don't need 500,000 items and 500,000 characters. You can do this with fewer of one or the other. You could have less items, but more character abilities. Maybe your characters wear armor or something, and you just pick up items like from the battlefield. I don't know, make it more interesting. I'd rather have that. Do that Fortnite aspect of putting loot boxes all over it and you pick it up and those power you up. That sounds like more fun than going to a fucking shop menu. Really? You could pull up a menu, click, click, click. That's what's fun about playing this online shooter is going click, click. I want this one and I want that one. I want that one. Click and I want that one. Shop purchase. Yay! My stats went up. That's not fun. Fortnite's got it, man. When you hear that, and you look over and there's a blue chest over there, you lose it. You lose it. You're running for it. I'm going. I'm getting it. I don't care if I get killed. I'm gonna die trying. Open it up, and then boom, you get a big surge of uh, you get a big upgrade. You get a big, yellow purple shotgun or something. And that kind of RNG, that kind of randomness, I think is needed in this game to break that stalemate. When I was playing League of Legends, I was tight. The ranked scoreboards are a mess. They're a mess. They mean nothing. There were people that had like won 20 games, and they were ranked below people who had won 0 games. And their rank was just carried over from like the previous season or something. And just trying to rank up, you need league points, but you lose league points by losing games, but you're always matched on balanced teams. So your odds of winning are always going to be about 50%. So you win, it's one step forward and one step back. If you win about 50% of your games, you don't ever rank up. It's ridiculous. But adding an element of like randomness from like loot chests, maybe it's just boom. Or maybe you just buy a capsule or something and it randomly gives you something. You can buy like a red capsule for damage or a green capsule for snipers or I don't know, something, but something random. So that way, even if there's a ringer in there, you could still get players who kind of suck, get a good item, and balance it out. But yeah, now it's like, nope, I've got to buy the flame sword, and then I've got to buy the the Aegis of Clarity, and then I need 600 gold and a potion, and then that'll get me the bazooka boots. There's no logic. You don't. There's no way to figure any of this out. Aside from just downloading like an extension app. That's where this is going to go. Just like League of Legends has. I can't remember what it's called, but there's one where you set it just automatically sets like the best build for all the characters. It would be like 3 choices. You'd be like, nah, I don't want this one. That one's more magic focused. That what they've done there with that companion app, they've essentially patched the interface. The in-game method, because you've got all these random items and menus from the shop, that there's like hundreds of items and no way can you just go through one at a time and pick them one at a time because that takes too much time and we're all here to play perfectly, right? You can't do that. So you use your companion app to pre-select all these things and it collects and aggregates the data so you can see which items have the highest percent of win rates and which people have won using which items. So oh wow, if I go down this route and specialize in the magic damage do get this item, I've got a 60% chance of winning. Oh, that's great. Okay, so that helps. That helps maybe break that ranked ladder stalemate, that 50% where you win LP and you lose LP and you don't get anywhere. Well, maybe that can help get that companion app. That companion app is just compensating for bad game design. And that's exactly where Deadlock's going. When you open up that shop menu, there it is. Hello, bad game design. I know what bad game they stole you from. Or rather, I know a great game with predatory, dark, what do you call it? Dark currents, dark patterns. The shop system should be simplified. A smaller pool. This is what this guy's saying. A smaller pool, right? You don't need all this shit. But you can choose throughout the game, which helps distinguish certain specialties that you want. So you can specialize if you want to be the sniper version or the stealth variant of the roguish kind of character, right? You can spec them out to be different things so that if an enemy sees you on the map, they don't immediately know what you're capable of. You have a couple options, right? And you can retaliate to their play style by unlocking different abilities. You don't need a shop full of 400 items to do that. Add objectives to the map that make a difference to accumulating teams against each other. This again feels more like a class-based game over a MOBA, and it feels artificial to shoehorn the sit in a lane to level up mentality instead of, say, sitting in a lane to pull attention away from areas. Yeah, I mean, if you're moving around in like 3D space, it should be more tactical in that sense, like almost like a King of the Hill or something would be more appropriate, where you're battling for certain map control elements. Here it's like just fight your way forward and kill the guy. Stay in your lane, win your lane. It's a MOBA. Remove stupid mechanics that make zero effing sense. Why do you have infinite ammo when you're sliding? It's these little quirks which makes you neat at first, but end up just adding needless complexities. You have infinite ammo while you're sliding? That's fun. I was pissed off to see the sliding. It's like, dude, I don't need the sliding. Because it's another button. I don't like reaching over for the control button. If you put sliding in the game, it's going to be a feature that it needs to be used, right? It needs to be utilized to be able to mix up the jump with the slide, with the dash, with the strafing. It can make you a lot harder to hit, so it's a good feature to use. So by putting that in the game, um, now I've got to rebind all my controls because I don't like hitting right control with my pinky. My pinky doesn't like to move that way. Especially when I'm already doing like shift and I'm doing four other things, and now I got to hit control. I'm trying to run and jump and then slide. And so I'm going shift, space, control, and then maybe a jump and shooting. There's a lot going on, and it's stupid. And I don't think it adds anything. The sliding, what does it add? Well, you can slide in Fortnite. You sure can. Way to steal it, guys. Feels just like Fortnite. You did it. Why is it here? I don't know. I leave you with a quote from Terry Davis. An idiot admires complexity. A genius admires simplicity. I agree with that fully. A physicist tries to make it simple. For an idiot, anything more complicated, it is the more he will admire it. If you make something so goddamn complicated he can't understand it, he's going to think you're a god because you made it so complicated nobody can understand it. That's how they write journals in academics. They try to make it so complicated people think you're a genius. Yeah. And they try to take the gas out of it by saying, "Oh, Jester, you're joking. Haha, that's hilarious." And he's right. That's why I had to balance it out with all these other rewards because some douchebag saying, "Oh," anybody who disagrees with him, it's gaslighting. You don't really believe that. You're just joking. Game looks like trash, to be honest. Yeah, or as though temps, chatbots, and promoted mod teams are pulling 90% of Valve's weight. This doesn't feel like a Valve game. What did I say? This feels like a cash grab. Well, that's about all I have to say about that. Let's listen to the rest of this video and see how great they think it is. Oh no. What he's about to say is gonna make him sound so stupid in my mind. I mean, clearly it's just, to each his own. But I'm afraid what he's about to say is, I didn't like Dota, not my thing, but oh, sweet baby Jesus. This feels so right in third person. I love it. I love Dota. I may go back and play Dota. What he's actually saying is, Dota doesn't interest me, but here's a game with the exact same mechanics, and I am so easily won over by shooty things, or maybe just being in an early access. um, that I've convinced myself that I like this. What's the Bioshock doing there? What? Nobody's talking about the Bioshock. Why did they rip off Bioshock for this? Because it's impractical to have to walk across the entire map. Nobody likes it, so how do we do it? Do we have a recall? No. What if we just steal that shit from Bioshock? Okay, so let's see what he says. He's gonna say, I didn't like Dota, but this game. Who knew that? They never tell you that. That's another problem I have with these games. They have like these arbitrary mechanics. Like when you hear a bird chirp, hit the space, you got to jump, and that gets you all the points. Just why? So a soul comes out of their head and you shoot the soul. That must be the last hitting. I just assumed the last hitting was last hitting, not shoot the magic soul. I didn't even see the souls. Like it's not even like telegraphed. I did not notice that. Like why? Why? Why do you even have? Why deny? I don't get it. Why? Okay, now here's a more interesting take. I might even be behind this. If this was all just set in the Dota universe, why not just set this in the Dota universe? Have this be a Dota spinoff? And the maps are just like wide and open and boring with a couple things to hide behind. Everybody tends to just kind of spread out, and then of course, because that's fucking Dota, and that's so fucking boring. Why? Why? Does this game mean anything? Why? Why is do the souls? Do the souls harvest my soul thing? Maybe they go to my patron. My patron takes their souls and it makes my patron stronger, and then my patron rewards me with countless items from the item shop. It's so fucking needlessly complicated. Well, and the fact that he looks exactly like Blitzcrank, maybe that has it's a similarity you might want to mention. And again, I kind of don't understand why they would do this now after MOBAs have been around for so long. That frankly, I played through a whole Battle Pass season of League of Legends. Got to level 100, did a bunch of ranked. Like I'm moving on. I'm done with it. Probably forever. Like you could just have so what you need. So I'm ready for something new. Like I'm ready for new mechanics. This all sounds very boring to me. This all just sounds like a new way of slicing bread. Like, oh, we're gonna slice it lengthwise this time. Really? Well, that doesn't really make a normal looking sandwich. Well, it's new, isn't it? Ah, it's third person. Ah, cut your bread the long way. Because we can. Have a sky rail in there. I mean, everything in this world is so contrived. Like the damage distance fall off. Well, clearly they had to do that, or else you would just stand back here and shoot the boss. Like everything's like that. It's a world that is just made for like the self-sustaining rules of this game, and the rules themselves seem like they were just picked out of a hat. I'm still not seeing the soul. I wouldn't call that a skill ceiling. I call that like just bad game design. It's like you sit down for a game of Monopoly, you're 4 hours in, and then somebody says, "No." When you pass go for the ninth time, you get thrown in jail. Well, where did that rule come from? He's like, "It took me a week to learn how to play this fucking game." The skill ceiling's huge. Actually, the skill ceiling's really not that huge once you learn the. I mean, the skill. A lot of it comes down to what weapons are you buying and all that shit, right? When you're getting stomped, but you're pretty good at like tactics and pretty good at shooting, and you can't win games because you don't know that you've got to find the magic fairy cat or shoot the soul that comes out of the person that you just murdered if you want your point. Like those are things that the game never tells you. And there's all sorts of things like that. And that's the problem you get into when you start playing Dota or League. Like you can't just play the game. You have to play it the right way. Like you're all programmed performers, right? You're performing a role. And you've got things to manage. Like you gotta take certain skills with you. That was a big thing. You gotta take you Flash. If you don't take Flash, you're just trolling. So it's impossible to play this game well like without using Flash. Um, that's what I mean. That's not a skill ceiling. That's not a skill issue. That's a loadout issue. That's a knowledge issue. Um, and they obfuscate the knowledge to draw it out and to make it feel like you're learning. You are learning because you're learning a bunch of insane different rules. You're just, it's like brainwashing. It's so stupid. It's like you're saying, like, well, I thought I learned how to play. Why do I still suck at this game? Oh, have you been doing this? No. Oh, you should be doing that. Oh, now I know everything. Yeah, now you know everything. Oh, have you been? Have you? When have you been boosting on your skyhook? You should only be doing that at the 2 minute and 30 second mark. You know that's like how it is with like if you use your recall at the wrong time in Dota. You're screwed. People scream at you. Your whole team flames you. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing, man? You got 1,000 gold. Go back to bay. What are you doing, man? God, it's not about the skills. It is not about the skills. The shooting in this game sucks. Everybody's just got a like a little pea shooter, automatic pea shooter. You got to reload after every like second of fire. It's so annoying. Like that's fun. I'm gonna shoot this guy right here while he doesn't shoot at me. Because if he's shooting at me, then I'm getting killed. Right? It's not like you can exchange fire. Everything. What you have to understand about MOBAs is everything is a resource. Time is a resource. Your hit points are a resource. Gold is a resource. It's not just those things that you see. It's not just the gold in your inventory is the only thing you got to keep track of. It's all the little pickups on the map, all the little objectives. And if you're getting shot, you're losing health. So you might as well be losing gold. If you're going to replenish that health, you need to do it through a healing item, which costs you money. You need to just wait, which means staying out of action, which means not completing objectives as efficiently. So right here, you've got this guy fighting this boss. So how exciting does this boss fight become when you are forced into this role of I can't walk up there because if he targets me, he will fry me. I mean, that is his purpose. He is a guardian. He's there to stop and to slow the progress of the advancing team. You're not meant to just go up and beat him because you're good, because I've got a high skill ceiling. You're not going to do it because he's going to auto target you, and if you're the only one up there, you're going to get fried. So what do? You stand on the stairs and you shoot him in the head when he's distracted shooting at somebody else. And then if you start shooting at you, you run away. Because it's not just like, ooh, I might die, and if I die, that's bad. You losing hit points is bad. You're bad at the game if you're losing hit points. Unless you're like in an exchange with another player and you can get a kill from it. You shouldn't be losing hit points. Because it's bad. Because then you got to go back to base and recover, and that puts you behind. This is how you lose your lead. You got to play. You got to be right on it. But it's not about skill. It's not like, ooh, watch me get that shot. Like, what skill are you talking about? Judgment, timing, tactics? No, you're talking about a timetable. You're memorizing a timetable of things and looking at the map to see where your team's struggling and where the other team's struggling, and trying to exploit that to the best of your ability without sacrificing your lane. Because you can go over and help your buddy, but by doing that, the opportunity cost is that you are not farming any money from your lane. Your lane is going. There is money. There are goons in your lane that are getting killed, uh, who are not rewarding your team with a payout. So you're not encouraged to play like that. You're encouraged to just um, well, you see where I'm going. I mean, sure, at high level, you can then use your judgment to determine, oh, now it's worth it. If I leave my lane now, it'll be worth it because I can get that kill over there, and I can help reset my partner's lane, and then they'll do good. But if you're just missing one little like data point, then you're fucked. You just screwed everything, and it's not fun. It's really not fun. Um, it's fun if you play with a team of really good people that can all like help carry each other. But yeah, if you're playing just online by yourself or with a couple friends who suck, uh, it's not a fun game to play. League, but I don't see this changing in any way because it is Dota. It is like a worse Dota. And that's the thing. And if you don't like out level somebody or have them beat in a matchup, it can be really hard to kill people sometimes. You can just have them in your sights and just be machine gunning them into oblivion, and well, they got items, so your bullets just aren't going to do anything. Yeah, there's a level gap. Sorry, he's level 12, you're level 10. Um, you're just not going to hurt him now, you know. And it's very. There's just not a lot of. You might as well have like a lock on, like, oh, that's the person I want to hit X, you know, because the bullets are so fast. It's basically like hit scan almost, and it's just not hard to like hit people. Um, so they just give everybody a bunch of hit points. It seems like, man, I could be wrong about that, but that feels like my experience. I mean, I'd be getting shot by everybody, like creeps and um, other players, and you get a lot of health, man. Look at that. She barely got hit. Good job landing the hook and then landing the uppercut and then landing the bullets after. You took about a fifth of her life. Yeah, because they're meaningless. Well, absolutely meaningless. It could be anything. It could be pictures of dog turds. It just makes your numbers go up. What does he have written on his back? I do not care. Well, he seems to be really enjoying it. If you made a game called Bullet Checkers, there would be tons of people just raving, making it their life. Like, Bullet Checkers, this is brilliant. When you hit the piece to the other side of the board, freaking Gatling gun pops out of the chess piece and just mow everybody down. It's like a MOBA, but I want to chase people down. I don't know. The map, everything just feels weirdly spread out. And, man, just glowing reviews. No, people are stupid. This game will make $1 billion a day. It's free money, man. Like, that's what this is. It's free money. The game. It's Valve going. Let me just make a MOBA. I mean, you got to compete. You got to compete with Epic. Epic's got their own store now. If you're not growing, you're dying. That's sad. Yeah, I just mean it's sad that the creative energies at Valve are going to this. This is what always happens. This is what happens to Blizzard, Activision. Time for Valve. I don't think I would be as against it if it were just more creative. Somebody said, let's make a third person MOBA. I said, okay. And then every other thing just happened as a result of that. Gee, it takes us a long time to get across the map. It's pretty boring just walking in a straight line. When you're playing an actual MOBA, you can just click somewhere, go do something else, and wait for your character to walk there. Here, you're stuck with it. How do we fix it? Zip lines. They should let you like control the speed, like slow down on those things. Those things go way too fast. Maybe you can. I don't know. Who cares? Game sucks. I played it twice now. I will try it again with friends. I promise I'll try it with friends. But I don't know, Valve. I'm disappointed that. I mean, you got to make your money, I guess. Yeah, it's like Epic is a competitor. They've got other competitors. Well, let's just look at Epic. Fortnite is huge, making so much money. Team Fortress 2 and Dota are just not doing it anymore, man. League of Legends, big, big money maker. It's all that company does. Well, not really. They do other things. But their bread and butter is loot boxes. Team Fortress Tactics, Valorant, selling characters, selling skins. And in Team Fortress, you would unlock them randomly. You would get drops, and then you could sell them in the store. So Valve would take a cut of that. I don't know if they've changed this in recent years, but that's free money, but not Fortnite levels of free money, not League of Legends levels of free money. And I got the definite impression between League of Legends and Dota, League of Legends brings in way more cash. There were people spending $500 or $600 for this one skin that was released. Just a skin. Buy a $600 skin. Here it is. It's in the shop. Get your 69,000, you know, riot points out of your wallet and buy it. That's crazy. I've not seen anything like that in Dota. When I went and checked out Dota recently, I was frankly just pretty bored with what they had there. There was really nothing going on. I had no incentive, nothing there hooking me, right? They didn't have the scummy practices that keep you going back and go, maybe this time I'll get it. Maybe this time I'll get it. Um, a certain amount of that is fine and good. But when your competitor goes dark and goes unholy and goes all loot boxes all the time, Fortnite, man, god damn, they spend like $30 for skins in Fortnite too. That's like huge money. So what this does, this gives Epic a massive war chest that Valve still has to compete with. I'm a little upset I didn't finish my makeup today. I spent $60 on foundation. It's good foundation. Like it really, like I was like, wow, this looks like it just makes my skin look clearer. Um, Made me really happy. Only took like 5 minutes, so I was kind of like, oh man, I think I want to get an appointment, get a full makeover. So that's our day. Deadlock, I wish you the best. I hope they turn it around, but it that game has bigger problems than its aesthetics. Um, the biggest problem is that it's just not for me. It's for suckers. It's for suckers with too much money. Um, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna stay away because they're gonna monetize this so hard. That's why this is here. Like they want to make Fortnite bucks. They want to. It's gonna be Skin City when this game starts. They'll be selling. I mean, probably not right away. Um, but yeah, I would say by Christmas we're gonna be getting skins for this thing probably. So many companies now just being in early access. That doesn't mean they can't sell skins. Marvel Snap, I think was in beta, and they're like, yeah, buy all of our shit, give us money. This game's not even out yet. We'll take your DLC cash or whatever you call it. Video games are in a sad state. I look at it, it's like oil mining. They need to put their drills, they need to mine the dodos. Maybe take some people away from Dota and from League. Probably not. If you like Dota and League, you like Dota and League. You're not going to go, oh, look at this mobile. This one's got the shooties. What I like about MOBAs is that top-down isometric control. We don't have that in this game. So it's not like, I mean, Dota can steal players from League, League can steal players from Dota, but you're not going to go, hey, we put some MOBA into our Destiny. Stop playing Dota. No, nobody's going to do that. You're looking at like a real niche crowd, I think. This is for people who play MOBAs that want to play more MOBAs. MOBAs with like a little variety. I think people who like shooters are going to just get fed up with the complexity and the rigidity of a MOBA. MOBAs are so rigid, and the third person offers you a sense of freedom that I think doesn't deliver when you realize that your gameplay options are pretty limited if you want to succeed. You just got to do things the right way. But that applies to every sport. If you want to succeed in basketball, you got to do it the right way. No, it would be more like in basketball if people only took shots from like a foot in front of the free throw line because statistically that's where it's easiest to hit a shot or something. You know what I mean? It's like, and if you want a 3-point shot, you've got to do it from the side because that's what it is. It's bullshit. It's all bullshit. It's just a bullshit game, man. I think it makes me mad that so many people were so angrily defending it, and that guy with the microphone thing. I hope the game fails so that that guy doesn't have something that he can enjoy. Kidding. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Okay, gang. That's where I'm calling it. Let's close all this shit. It's been a fun time. Thank you. Deadlock sucks. I'm sorry. Good luck, Valve, fixing that piece of shit. Um, the sky thing feels totally disconnected. Maybe they could do something where it's like, I don't know, like an aerial battle. Like you get in like ships. Destiny, like those gliders. You pull out like a Destiny glider, you go up and you dogfight your way across the map. That'd be more fun, wouldn't it? Like you whip up like a like a reverse parachute, something that goes like zoop, and like pulls you up into the sky, and then yeah, then like you deploy your glider, but it's got guns, so then you beat Fortnite already. We're zipping on our gliders, but I'm zapping you. We're zipping and zapping. I think that'd be more fun than Bioshock. Whee! Look at me go! Stupid. Just get creative. Do some creative. The only thing that separates that from Dota is the 5 lines going up the screen. Purple lane, orange lane, instead of the diamond with the one going through it, which is so iconic. It is the Dota logo. You know that square with the line. That's the map. It's the Dota map. Did you not know that? Dota logo. Let me show you. See, it's the ancients, and then the river running through the map. Bottom left team, top right team, and the river. Bunch of straight lines, bunch of kind of ziggy zaggy lines. Not cool, man. Put that on a T-shirt? I don't think so. Not iconic. And then it's just like a city littered, like I don't know what. Can you run back and forth between lanes? I don't know. Those lanes are pretty neon highlighted. Feels like they want me to stick to them. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Nobody typed anything. Please like and subscribe. It's a little thing for you, but it's life changing for me. Hit it. Push the buttons. Go friggin' ape on those buttons, would you please? For me, do it for me. Do it for the children.